Biscuits and tea.
34.
34.
Period. 99.
34.99. Roster track rally. Thursday. Monster Truck Rally Biscuits and Tea is back for another episode. And get your popcorn popping and buttered and ready.
Biscuits.
Get it buttered.
You guys, for the love of God, please don't spend your money on this shit.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're actually. Let's just get straight into it. Why? B, I'm going to throw something at you that you didn't even know that Tyler and I were talking about before.
Yep.
Did you know that Tyler plays Dungeons and Dragons?
If you were to tell me that, last week I would have believed it, and I believe it right now. So yes.
Go ahead.
You know this whole thing's gonna backfire on you, where people are gonna make you idiot. How do you not even know what this game is? Because it's pretty.
Wow.
Okay.
Don't know any games. I don't know any games. I don't know a lot of shit. I don't know any of that shit. Admittedly, I don't care. I don't know them. What is it?
It's Settlers of Catan, first of all. B, I'm sure you've heard of it.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of it, of course. I've read the 3 manuals on it, and I was on Reddit, I was looking through the history. No, I haven't heard. I hate board games. I hate card games.
Really?
I hate Monopoly. I hate all that stuff. I'm not sitting down with you around a table and listening to you guys and have to pass out the cards and read the rules. I hate it. It causes me anxiety. Hate it.
Sounds like something we absolutely need to do and film now. We're going to have to get... B-Millie plays board games. B-Millie plays board games.
I'm not good at listening to people tell me about, like, rules of, like, specific games that are made up by someone randomly. Like, I just can't process it and keep it all in. And then I feel like it's my turn, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like trying to talk to somebody in a language that you're not comfortable with. I hate it.
So what is this game, Tyler?
So it's essentially... The basic version is just a 4-player game, and you get a board with there's 5 different resources. It's set up in a hexagon formation, and the whole point is there's these resources, and then there's numbers on each of them, and you're going to be rolling 2 dice. So there's numbers on each of them, 1 through 12 or 2 through 12, and when you roll the number, whatever number rolls on the dice that is on whatever resource. If you have a little settlement that you build throughout the game on that, you get that resource. And then use those resources to build.
When do you go to Azkaban? When's the prisoner of Azkaban and Harry Potter get involved?
So there's a robber if you roll 7, which is
and the robber takes your resources.
The robber, you can block people's resources. So whoever's on that resource doesn't get if that number rolls. And then it's all based on probability, where a 7 is the highest chance for 2 dice to hit.
What's the point of the game? What is the point of the end?
The point of the game is to get 10 victory points, where a settlement's worth 1, a city, where you can upgrade your settlements to a city, where then you get 2 resources of whatever it's touching if that number's hit, and that's worth 2. There's a couple other cards where you can get random ones, and there's some rewards for having the largest army, longest road.
I'm going to save you on this and say that literally every board game, if you explain it, it's going to sound awful. However, I think if I understood this game, I think I would have fun.
That's always the case. That's always
90% of this game is just trading. It's all just trading with the 4 people around you. So then when someone gets close to winning, everyone kind of cuts them off from trading. You don't want them to get 10, so they'll be stuck on 9 points for a while. And then it's all.
There you go.
It's the board's different. The board's different. Yeah, I mean the board's different every time you play, where the resources are in a different formation, the numbers are in different spots, so you never see the same board twice.
Okay.
And it's like a 40-minute game.
Yeah.
It takes like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I like the shorter board game.
I didn't hear anything. Even if I sat here and I took notes and I really tried, I wouldn't be able to take it in. It's just my brain shuts off. But I actually do, once I understand and I get into the mix and I understand what's going on, I do enjoy it. But I have a severe anxiety of the initial learning curve of each fucking game. And it just...
It's really basic rules. There are strategies to it, but the actual
That doesn't make me feel better, though. When they're like, oh, it's really easy. You're going to understand it. Yeah. Trust me, it's easy. And then I'm like, I know, I don't understand. I'm a fucking idiot.
I would be surprised if you didn't understand the core basic of the game after
more anxiety. More anxiety is rushing in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if
It's
you
the
don't
easiest
understand it,
thing
you're a
ever.
fucking idiot. You're gonna be a fucking idiot if you don't get it. And then I'm
And
What
like
the
if
drinking a little wine, and I'm like, oh my
exactly.
god.
well, that doesn't help your anxiety?
That it's supposed to be
No,
easy because
someone,
The
yeah.
wine? No, the wine. No, 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 drinking. Because
oh,
usually I
Oh,
usually drink when I play.
yeah, yeah. It makes it easier. You feel less
well,
shame.
Yeah, you just
here's
put
the
on some music
scenario.
in the background. It's really just
Well, because I can see where he's coming from with this anxiety. Because here's the scenario: a bunch of people, 4 or 5 of his peers,
Yeah,
let's call them colleagues, somebody you work with or teammates, doesn't matter.
yeah.
They come in and they say, hey, B, you want to play this video game or board game? And he says, yeah. And they go, it's the easiest game. It's the easiest game ever, bro. It's simple. We all know how to play it. It's really easy. You bring you over. You come over to the house. Everything is cool. You got something nice. Everything is set
Yep,
up, looking good, maybe even wearing a bow tie just because you thought like,
yep.
hey, I want to show everybody that I'm
Sport game
cool,
night, baby.
right? Yeah, exactly. You get dressed up. You fucking get dressed up, and you go over there, and they explain the rules to him, Tyler, and it turns out not to be as easy as he thinks. So now he's got the choice of being in front of his colleagues who are all going, it's really easy. Hey, you know what? Why don't you just go first and get us kicked off? He has no idea. So now he doesn't know if he should roll the dice, if he should pick up a card. He doesn't know. So he's freaking out, right? He doesn't know what to do.
I I get it. It's a short enough game where when someone's first playing for the first time, usually you play a quick game, just going
Exactly.
over the basics of it. You'll make a move. You'll think maybe I should put my settlement here, and then someone will be like, no, no, look at this spot. This spot's going to be a lot more
Yeah.
beneficial for you, and then just kind of walk someone through for the first time or the first couple
Yeah.
times, and then they can.
So here's my closing comments on it. Like, if I were to play a board game with you guys, I would
Mhm.
enjoy it because I don't care what you guys think about me and how I can comprehend. But whenever I do play video game or board games, I am with people in a scenario where I probably don't know them as well as you guys. And normally, I would do everything I could to avoid playing board games. So would never get to that with my close friends. I would just sit there and watch or hang out, or but like I'm always in
Yeah.
positions with family that I don't see all the time, or friends that I'm just getting to know, and for whatever reason, in Kansas, that is the number one thing that everyone does when you're getting to know people is you play board
Board
What's that?
games.
games.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
Wow. I
it's
just,
it's
I just
stressful.
want to,
It's very stressful for me.
I got that Jesus Christ. I kind of got sidetracked there because I clicked the link that you sent us. B.
let me
Mhm.
Tyler,
see.
have you clicked on this link? I don't know if
No,
Brandon. I think you should
I'm
go
about
ahead and
to.
set it up while Tyler has a look because I got 3 seconds in. I can't do anymore. I don't understand why.
This is
What
looking
is
rough from the start.
who?
Mar
Who
abierto,
signed off on this?
pronto saldremos a dejar nuestra mar abierto.
Guys,
Ah,
if you
ah,
obviously if you're
what
not
is that
watching this,
posted for?
I don't
It's
Jesus,
on
know.
it's on
How is
Cleat
that
Attic.
getting?
who is
Someone
that?
report this.
Who is
Someone.
that targeting?
I don't know, guys. If you're so obviously people are just listening to this. It's a video of Messi inhaling his wife.
It looks
Literally, just
it looks
took
like
a
two.
breath,
It looks like two fish out of water trying to give each other CPR.
It's
and
It's a lot. It's
it,
a lot for me to take in on a Saturday morning. I was just enjoying my coffee, having a nice little morning, write some emails, flip on the old Instagram, and now I'm seeing Messi just stick his tongue in and around his wife.
yeah.
Why?
What is why? Who? I don't understand who signed off on it. I think there's a big hole in the Messi social media world.
Hmm.
I don't because
Hmm.
I mean, $34.99. If you guys don't know why we're saying that at the beginning, just maybe we'll link out to this
Yeah.
Messi training system that we still haven't gotten to the bottom of. By
No,
the way, B.
we don't know.
I don't know
No,
what
no
I don't know
idea.
what happened. How did who signed off on this? If we're working with some of the biggest brands in the world, we have already on the channel,
Yeah.
and the rigorous process that we
Oh
have
my
to
god.
go through in order to get just a little thing out.
Yeah.
Everybody here is aware, guys. It's not you work with big companies. They don't just let you say whatever you
No.
want all the time.
No.
It gets cut down. Yet Messi, for some reason, just has
Free game, dude. He does
a
whatever.
shovel. They don't.
B,
He's just
what was
that
the
good.
context? I didn't even get to the caption or anything. Was it
I
plugging something? Was it just
I'll
no.
tell you the
I
caption.
what's the
Yeah. I don't
caption?
know.
The
I'm not
caption
going
is
back to
The caption says thoughts with a
it.
with an emoji with that chin emoji, and it says want a is follow back. So they didn't do the sentence right. Want a is follow back, and then it says 1, like this post, 2, follow whoever this guy is, and then 3, comment done, and then it says I will follow the next 20 people, and then he tags Messi's wife in the post.
So this is so where did this come from? Messi's. This came from Messi's page, though, right?
Oh, I don't know.
No. I have no idea where it came from. It's from Football Cleats Soccer Boots on Instagram. Who is it again?
Cleats Addict. It's from Cleats Addict, but they're not obviously. The point, it doesn't matter because obviously Messi and his wife kissing needs to go through a certain chain of command unless they're sitting out in the middle of public doing this, which they are not. This is something to do. I don't know. Are they renewing their vows?
Is that how you make out with your wife in front of people, though? Like,
yeah, it seems almost like a private moment that some people somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
got.
there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, what is going on?
That's almost. I mean, that's something you get the dog out of the room for.
Yeah, seriously.
I just don't understand the room.
113,000 followers, and they're just, let's just go ahead and put out this gym, bro.
Yeah. Where I don't understand.
Has to be fake. Has to be fake followers. Has to be fake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Because obviously, I think he posted something.
Has 10,000 likes. Like,
no, they're all fake followers. That's a problem on Instagram, just in general.
Because if you repost that right now, you get more than 10,000 views.
Oh yeah. No, obviously, no. These are either
because you have 45 now, right?
No, 30, whatever.
Oh, 30. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I was looking at TikTok. I was like,
TikTok is 50.
Whoops.
TikTok just divided by 100 for each.
Oh yeah. That's okay. So guys, we took a sharp left turn. We started on board games. We got to Messi
making out.
I'd like to make another hard turn. And if someone could tell me if Donald Trump is going to win the election, I need your gut instinct. I'm going to give you 3 seconds.
Smoke him.
B, is he going to win the election?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah, he's going to win.
Tyler, is Donald Trump going to win the election?
If it's against Biden, he's going to smoke Biden.
Okay.
So that's how I feel. I don't want that necessarily. I don't think that's the best thing for everything we're trying to figure out right now. But based on his ability to utilize social media, I do believe he'll pull it out.
Do you think that the current, obviously since you're there, the current paradigm, like I saw a picture of a guy protesting, and I know we had a big protest segment in one of our other Biscuits and Tea. He was at a rally or some protest somewhere, either in the UK, but I think it was in the US. He had a mask, but to protest, he cut out a little section. So it wasn't a mask, and he was protesting the So this guy went through the trouble of getting a mask and then just cut it out to show I'm not wearing a fucking mask. I'm not doing it. So I need to know if this stuff that's happening over there is benefiting the Trump administration, or
I don't know.
Is it?
It seems it seems like it's part of the Trump administration. Like the people that are out there doing that, it's like they're protesting against the government with Trump still. Obviously, it's like, it's still like a big team against what. It doesn't make any sense, but somehow it works for him.
Okay.
I don't even think it matters. I think once you get to the debates, it's just going to be a disaster.
No, 24-hour news cycle. So everything that's going on right now will be forgotten. It will not matter. Yes. And then when the election comes, the real TV show starts. And then when the debates start, the TV show starts. That is when people will make their voting decisions. Yes. Nothing that's happened in the pandemic, nothing that's happened over the past 4 years matters. It's about what is going to happen in the new season of America live.
Yes. Yeah. You're right about those debates, Tyler.
Biden. He can't.
I see an issue.
How is he going to deal with?
I don't know.
With that type of style, the debating style of Trump.
Okay, let's give him a game plan. Let's give the dude a game plan right now. You're Biden. right? We can't over energy Trump. Let's just forget about trying to strong arm Trump. We got to go the other way. We got to give him
I got
something.
it. I have it.
All right. All right.
Lil John, running mate. Lil John. We need to get Joe Biden and Lil John together. That's the kind of hype man he needs that kind of personality with him, like through social media, and to like run campaigns and like have like cool culture. Because like Trump has taken a hold of that particular group of people, right? And like they're a brand. Okay, well, the Democrats need to build a brand around Joe Biden, utilizing TikTok influencers, all these people with progressive mindsets, and build that kind of thing, going.
But then at that rate, we don't even need Biden.
You don't need
the problem is you don't need Biden. You need a. Well, then you're talking about a new running because like I see what if we could get Little John, because you know why I would like Little John. He can't be. The problem is if we look at it from a centerpiece of the debates.
Yeah.
Nobody else gets to be on stage.
Yeah.
So you're screwed, because it would be nice if you could get like what was Obama's dude in the back, his black voice translator, the Key and Peele dude.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like if you could get Joe Biden, like some black guy in the back, we go, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, shut up, bitch. Just like to Trump, like kind of like to get in his ear.
Yeah.
That would annoy Trump. That would
Yeah.
annoy him. But Biden being all proper is not going to annoy.
It can't be proper.
He's not proper though. He can't even finish a thought half of the time.
I agree.
His last interviews have been just.
Is he still doing interviews and stuff?
He's still. The last few I've seen, some of them, he'll be live and he'll be talking, and he'll just stop mid sentence. Like, can we start over? Or like, never mind. He'll just say never mind in the middle of whatever he was talking about. And just you can't have that against a guy like Trump. We saw what happened with Hillary, and
and
Biden.
Hillary's a bit sharp.
Yeah, I think she's in a better mental state than Biden is now, and it's just I don't see
So then what's the game plan here? We haven't really said anything. B wants to get a good running mate, but he can't get up on the stage with him.
Yeah, I think he is just hoping that Michelle Obama is his vice president. If we get Michelle Obama in there, that is how we win.
Is that a thought? Has that been thrown around?
I think so.
Because then people wouldn't be worried even if he is president, because in the back of their heads they'd all be thinking Barack and Michelle are just they're in the White House somewhere. They'll sort it out. They've been there before. They can sort it out.
He's got to ride the Obama. He's got to ride the Obama wave. Obama is the key to all of this, man. Like Barack, him like being involved with Twitter and social media, and then pulling in Michelle now to be vice president potentially. Like that's how they win. That's how they win.
So it's the same. It's really we're pulling the Clinton play.
Yep.
Bill was president. Let's get Hillary up in here. We can get back in, but you get Michelle in there. So she's vice president. They're in there for a couple terms. Then she runs for president. We get her in there for a good 16 years. That's is that the play? Or just an Obama?
16
Obama
years.
She's in there. She's in the White House for 16 years.
And then her daughters. They'll get a little bit older. Yeah. Then they take over. I would be okay with that. Just let the Obamas just run the entire country like a
patriarchy,
king and queens. Yeah.
Do you know what the biggest criticism? What are the two biggest criticisms? I at least know one that they don't talk about. Since Obama was so good on the front, like he's so good, he's so eloquent, he's charming. So is Michelle.
He ain't an American citizen. Where's his birth certificate?
Oh, we can get into the conspiracy ones too. I mean the legitimate issues that people had that weren't talked about.
Wasn't it?
Obviously, you had Obamacare. I can skip over that one.
Was that Obama?
Well, there's always problems in Gaza Strip, so that's.
I just mean, or him bombing somewhere. I don't know exactly what.
So we got Obamacare, and then, well, he kind of took over the country in a very bad economic time, and I guess you could argue that he got it kind of back, but maybe it wasn't doing as well as it could.
As Trump's got it going, you got
exactly,
firing all cylinders.
Yeah.
No, the one of the ones that gets cited most, and then I even know what gets cited, and then I know what gets put as the rebuttal. Also, he expanded our wars and our drone
Drone warfare.
Our drone warfare. Yeah, I guess.
Call of Duty drone warfare.
Got that 15
He expanded, to phenomenal rate. But the problem then became also no other president had the capacity and capabilities of doing such a thing. So why to blame him for that, or happened under his watch, and how many innocent people and how much instability was caused by the administration? Did he really do anything to help these countries, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
But I mean, that's kind of what we've been doing
I don't know.
for the past forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I don't know, but I'm reading Edward Snowden's book.
That's how America is.
I hope the NFL comes back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of the issue. We have too much going on. But I read the dude's. I'm reading the dude's book. I'm halfway done.
Who, Obama?
Tyler, you know Edward Snowden.
Oh, Edward Snowden. Yeah.
The dude wrote a book. I don't understand what's going on, but I didn't think that this book. How's he writing a book? What
Is
happened?
he still in Russia?
This dude. Yes. I don't understand what's happening, and I can't wait to get to the end, because here's what happened. The dude, you know what he did? He obviously gave. The U.S. is basically watching everything. What up, NSA, CIA? What's going on? We know you guys are watching this right now without us putting it online yet. He turned it into a bunch of journalists, and the journalists decided to put it out. Right? He thought he was doing his duty because the Constitution was being, breached or whatever. It was not being followed. So the same guy that does this, who was a spy, he was a spy, has to run, ends up with our quote unquote most obvious and biggest supposed enemy, has asylum in there, even though he was guarding and used to protect some of our biggest secrets, yet he's a free guy over the. It's the most ludicrous, absurd story I've ever heard.
What is he doing in Russia? Is he just like got a little house and just gardening and?
I think he's actually talked. I haven't got to the end, so I don't know if he's gonna say that. But I know he just gave an interview where he's able to broadcast from wherever he is. I mean, he says, and obviously we don't know anything. We don't know what sort of things they needed to have him sign. He could say he's in Moscow. He might be in an underground bunker for all we know.
Yeah.
He might be forced to. They might have something on him. He might have something on the U.S. Who knows? Who knows, dude? But he's able to. And he wrote the book, and he was supposed to send it to the CIA for them to approve it. And what did he do? He didn't do that. He just put it out. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let.
What do you mean he's supposed to send it to the CIA to like?
Yeah, they have to approve. He's still in communication. It's not like he's not been banished like
What? He hasn't been banished. He's not. Well, if he comes back, won't they just arrest him? Isn't that kind of the whole?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know if charges have been formally brought on him. I'll tell you by the time I get to the end of the book.
What motivation does he have to do anything the CIA says?
None, basically. I mean, possibly he's trying to get his name cleared, and people calling for Trump to pardon him, stuff like that. But you know, he's not.
Wow.
I don't think. Yeah, not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think the election is going to be an amazing thing to watch. It's going to be incredible.
Can we get our Snapple advertisement in?
Yeah.
I just threw that out there. We've talked about them twice.
Snapple coming at you with your new peach iced coffee, and it is really good. Have you tried it yet?
Coming at you hot. Yes, I have new peach Snapple iced tea in conjunction with biscuits and tea. Coming hot. $34.99 will get you 3 packets.
3 pallets. Pallets.
3 pallets. That's what it's called.
Full pallets.
You guys.
And sorry, you want to add on that, Tyler?
I was wondering if you guys want a Snapple fact.
Oh, we've got a Snapple fact. Today's Snapple fact is brought to you by Biscuits and Tea. Tyler Beck.
Have I talked about hydras on this before?
I know what it is, but why don't you go ahead and
tell
people.
Are you thinking of obviously the mythical creature? I'm guessing. No,
I do know I know the
There's
mythical creature as well.
and the other one.
I don't know B. He's
Here,
looking
you
pretty. He's wondering where you're going with this.
Okay. I heard hydros.
Hydros. They're
I know what you're
they're
talking
these
about, Tyler. Continue.
little organisms that live in kind of freshwater ponds. They're maybe a few centimeters long, and they're essentially immortal, where their cells don't age at all. And you can take these little things. You can see them pretty decently if you have them in a jar, and you could take them, and if you put them in a blender and just blend them, each little piece of them will grow into a whole new hydra. They're
That's
they're like
insane.
pretty much impossible to
That's
kill.
insane.
And they have
Dude,
these
that's
little
insane.
tentacle things, and they just sting. They'll paralyze stuff that comes by them, and then they'll eat them. I think they're pretty much like carnivores,
Holy shit.
and they're just.
Do you know what that? Did we break B's brain? I think we broke B.
What?
Broke him.
I don't understand what the fuck's going on, man. What?
I understood that completely. I'll even give you another crazy.
Just break it down for me. Like I need.
Well, I won't break that down because Tyler's the Hydra scientist. He knows more about Hydra than anyone.
I found them on a deep YouTube binge where this guy would just take. It's pretty interesting. This guy would take this just pond water and just put it on his windowsill and just have it sit there for weeks, months, or whatever. Then each week he does a little update on what creatures show up in it, what they're doing, how they're interacting with themselves, with all the other creatures. And the Hydras were by far the most interesting ones that were chilling there.
What?
But yeah, you like chop them up. They don't care. They just grow into. You chop it into 10 pieces. It's gonna be 10 new Hydras just chilling.
Just like kombucha.
It's
definitely not like kombucha. I'll give you something that's just as equally crazy, and I'll butcher it. All I can basically remember is the thing, but it's about as crazy as what he's talking about, where you can blend together something. I want to believe they haven't figured out what's causing this. I can't remember the exact way. So you know what? Because this is Biscuits and Tea and not a reputable podcast, I'm just going to say that everything I'm saying here is exactly the truth. And you guys can go figure it out later. But I can't remember it, and we don't have Titos here to pull it up. But it has to do with something called epigenetic, or it might be genetic, but I think it's called epigenetic.
What does
memory.
that mean?
All right.
Epigenetic.
So this is this weird thing that we can't quite prove, but we think maybe something's going on because there's some sort of way that living animals are transferring on information from, say, your grandpa who's passed away to you or to your future kids, right? All right. So now let me explain. There's an effect that we've been observing where by chance, say you have a maze set up for worms. You put them in the maze. I'm not sure if they did it with worms or rats or whatever it was. All right. You put them in a maze. I swear to God, though, just wait. It's either worms or rats. You guys can imagine a few rats going through this, but just follow me because it doesn't matter. All right, people? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what animal it is. If it's a fucking tiger, it's still the same thing. All right? There's an animal. We put it down. It has motivation to get to the end of the maze. All right? We got some cheese. Okay. We got a little gazelle. We got something.
What would motivation be for a worm? That's what I want to know.
The worm motivation would be like on a rainy day, it doesn't want to get drowned. It doesn't want to drown.
So it's just
it's got to get out.
Just down.
Survival.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's good
survival.
Good worm motivation.
All right, survival. Okay. Yeah, it's perfect for all living things. Good. We've established this. I'm gonna mix two experiments together because I can't remember them perfectly, but I still, as much as I butcher this, you'll still understand what I'm saying. That's how crazy this fact is.
Okay.
We've got a great grandma worm.
Okay.
Put it through the maze. It figures out how to get through the maze, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The worm has children.
Mm-hmm.
We put the kids through the. Now I'm fucking butchering it.
Well, this sounds very.
God damn it!
This sounds very similar to like the monarch butterflies, where half of them, like they all die on the journey to wherever they're going down to Mexico, and then the babies still somehow know how to do it, or salmon going to the same stream.
Exactly. I can't remember the perfect thing because I'm mixing two ones where they literally kill the worm, or they mash the worm together. They do something insane. The point is that there's transference of information. For instance, if you had a kid and you say you lived in, that's actually, I'll do it as humans. If you lived right there where you live right now, all right, and you move out of that place, you move to Antarctica, and you have a whole family line that lasts for 6 generations. And then that 6th generation comes back to your place and somehow knows where you keep your forks and your spoons. He knows where to go in your house to get sugar. He knows that you keep some money under your bed because you don't trust the bank. So some sort of information like this is being passed on. So obviously, in the example, whatever it is, the worm figures out how to go through this as opposed to the worms who don't know how to go through it. Some sort of memory is being passed on to future generations, and we can't figure out how it's happening. And the only thing that scientists were going, and I'm pretty sure it's considered still pseudoscience, is that it's being passed down in the DNA. Mm-hmm. And we just can't have that happening because we don't understand. Like, we know DNA can store things. We know it has, obviously, the keys to what you are.
Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense because, like, if you think about like oppressed like cultures, so Native Americans, for example, if they have issues with depression and all kinds of mental health issues, and obviously that is something that they've been able to anthropologists have been able to see. Okay, this can be passed down through generations, even if a baby is born and has a good life and isn't subject to slavery or racism or any of these things. They could just be a Native American kid in a neighborhood or wherever, and they're fine. But they still have this intrinsic like depression or anxiety or issues that they're actually able to track back to all of the horrible things that happened to their parents, grandparents, and the same thing for slavery and other things like that. So it kind of, that's what it made me think of.
Which is a nature versus nurture thing.
Yeah.
Tyler?
It almost sounds like a branch of reincarnation.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's where it goes into pseudoscience. That's where they're not willing to have that. They're not willing to have that. Our modern scientists are not willing to have that discussion. I don't see why not, because if you're a true scientist, you might as well let's just dig into it. Can we throw, you guys spent $1 trillion last year. Can we just throw like a couple mil at maybe on the off chance that something else is going on?
How much it costs to send our fleet of drones overseas? We have bigger things to worry about.
Yes, we do. We do know how much. And as a matter of fact, I also know the exact fact that he cited Snowden on the black budget for just one branch of his government, which I think he was the CIA at that time, and it was $58 billion. And that did not account for because they contract out. Everything's private sector. Everything's private. They contract people out and out and out and out. Oh, you work for Dell, but you really work for CIA, obviously, and you work for Lockheed Martin, but you really work for you get all your orders from the CIA, but you work for this. So
when are we gonna get an offer from CIA to like do something for the soccer culture, but we're actually working for the CIA? I want that. That's what I want.
You know what the question?
I hike by the CIA a decent amount when I'm back home, so I can just stop by next time and ask.
Let them know. I was going to add to answer that. Your question is a good question, but the answer is, to find the answer, you have to say, where in football is the CIA nudging their head?
Yeah.
Where are they trying to do stuff? Where would
Spies.
it be?
World Cup.
Spies. Yeah, if you get a football player that's a spy, you can get them in another country and just super undercover. It's kind of like Inglourious Basterds.
What does he have access to?
To everybody. This football player, like, if say you got Ronaldo as a spy, he has access.
Yeah, but you're talking high profile.
Yeah. No, you hide him right in the open.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just don't know what. Okay, so if you'd have to have a high profile. But what about the low profile? You'd have to have both. It doesn't make sense.
You don't need just one spy. You can have a whole army of football spies.
There's just so much money and like so much many like political things that happen, and like obviously the world, like soccer is the most popular sport in the world, and you have viewers, right? So there's obviously some sort of play by governments and entities that they're using this reach to affect overall opinion. So when we get to a certain point where we're controlling a large amount of opinion, just like every other news network is involved with the CIA, when do we get our CIA call? Why haven't we got our CIA call? That's what I want to know.
Well, like I said, it depends on what they're actually trying to control and what they're trying to do. So it'd be more like we'd have to go to we need to go to a place that's like troubled, where they would maybe need something. So somebody's got to sign in Saudi Arabia, or
Yeah.
I guess they're our ally, but somebody needs to sign in a place that's you need to sign in Russia, basically,
I mean,
or
Russian.
China,
So
yeah, or
I mean,
China.
yeah.
Right now, that would be.
I have a friend
Yeah.
who I grew up playing with who I think he's on the Philippine national team. Not really a friend, just someone I grew up playing with. And they play games inside North Korea. So he's he's half American citizen and
Wow.
he gets into North Korea because of football.
There you
So
go. But I'm just trying to think of what sort of asset. Like he's still gonna have to be there with the team. What's he gonna? We need to get because we need those people to either get information, get intel, or kill someone, or they need to be able to still be able to get
Maybe-
to
Yeah.
be free. They're gonna have to be amazing.
you,
Their training it's gonna be
I don't know,
insane.
maybe you get
Twins.
contact points.
Twins.
If you got someone on North Korean
Okay.
team, you can get a contact point there where they could be trading information at you like, during the match or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually, because I mean you're gonna be watched,
You're
but
gonna
I
be,
mean you could easily clink the dude and get down and talk, or you could do it before the game. I guess you guys would be in the same area.
it's loud.
So couldn't you
Their
just
games are loud. Like there's no one's gonna hear what you're
Yeah.
saying on the field.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't you just get twins, right? And get them to play in somewhere like wherever, Russia.
Both of them.
And
Both.
they're both the name, they have to look the same. We have the same name. We'll somehow get them
Mhm.
both in the country somehow. You have the guy doing the soccer stuff, he's on scene,
Oh,
but then you have a whole nother guy that's just out and
doing.
about,
He's
just
just
doing
out
all
and about.
kind. He's just creeping around and
Wow.
going a little here, going a little there,
Why
not
would you
bad.
want to be
But
twins?
maybe what?
so that they're not wondering where he's at. He's supposed to be on the soccer pitch. Where's he at? He's on the soccer pitch.
There's gonna be a video.
And then he
be a
goes
video
to
of the
he goes to do an interview where on the news at the same time.
Yes.
He blows his cover. Are you supposed to be? You're on the field right now. Why are you giving this interview on CNN North
Dude, I'm
Korea?
really fast, man.
Yeah.
But see, B, I think you've done yourself a disservice. Why do we stop with twins?
You want triplets?
Why not get?
Quadruplets.
Let's get
Why don't we
get
just?
Octomom. Let's get her. Let's get her training these kids.
Do you guys
So
think
we
we've cloned anybody?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Human? You think
Oh,
we've
yeah.
cloned a human?
Oh yeah.
I mean, a
Oh,
successful clone.
Yes.
Think so?
Yes.
I don't know what to think.
I
Honestly.
mean I think they can mess around with your DNA already. So
Yeah, CRISPR.
yeah, like
can change.
why not? Like why has that not been figured out? Like I don't see how that wouldn't be figured out. I mean it's a step above breeding dogs if you really think about it.
I do. I mean, I don't. I really. It's a subject I don't have any understanding of. I just remember back
Like
in the day when they
insemination and stuff?
Yeah. Artificial insemination. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like I
the
mean like
problem-
it's yeah.
we can do. We will probably be able to do it. But the problem, the U.S. is not. There are laws and rules against this because
Mhm.
there are issues because you don't know what you're creating. You have these
Yeah.
children that you're creating that are possibly deformed or
That
Yeah.
that's what I was. Maybe the U.S.
know.
hasn't, but I think someone has.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
yeah, that's my answer is that yeah, like I think someone has definitely done it. Maybe we don't it's definitely not allowed, but
Yeah. Well, just a couple of years ago, there were a few Chinese scientists that said they'd done it.
wait,
They got a
what's the
bunch of
what's CRISPR or whatever you're saying?
CRISPR is I don't, obviously, once again, I'm not going to butcher because I don't know the technical term, but I can tell you what it essentially is. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wanted to have a kid and you wanted to decide what sort of, it's a gene modification, not tool, but
Gotcha.
system, whatever the real thing is. And if you wanted this kid to be bigger, taller, have blue eyes, maybe even try and have blonde hair and one blue and one green
What's
eye.
that movie?
Or if you want, I don't know.
You said it's called Crisper. Is it like so? You're just like is it
Yeah.
kind of like KFC? Like I want like extra crispy chicken. So
Crisper,
personalizing.
Can I get
Personalize
I want
your
a crispy
baby.
chicken wing. Let me get a crispy chicken wing on this one. I want a wing. I want to be able to eat it. And I want the right arm to be a bat. I want him to be the best baseball player ever. I want the shoes fused onto his feet. He's going to be a track star. And I want a permanent mohawk on him. So he's aerodynamic.
I think that
No, it's CRISPR. CRISPR. CRISPR genome editing. Yeah, you can.
It's the same deep fryer they use for the extra crispy at KFC. Drop your baby in there and personalize it just for your taste.
Gattaca.
I never saw
Gattaca. So it's based on that, where in the future it's kind of this dystopian society where a lot of people are starting to be genetically modified, and then all the people who are naturally born end up being the lower class citizens just because they're not as smart, they're not as strong, they're not as good looking, and whatever. So all these parents are put in these weird little situations. Do you want to have a natural child, or do you want a modified so they'll be more successful? And it's about two brothers, one's modified, one's not. And it's just kind of.
Yeah, that's the issue, though, right now. People are already claiming that we live in a breakaway society, and I don't care what anyone says. We already are, and the society's already been in breakaway society. We already discussed how early the internet was available to certain groups of, Earth and certain people. We live in a breakaway society, but the rumor is that most celebrities, because at current time this isn't like having a normal kid. It costs you nothing to have a kid, but it will obviously cost you quite a bit to modify if you want to give this kid its best chance at being tall, being healthy, taking out certain genes. We also don't know what it does. That's also part of the issue. We like if we identify a gene that is most likely to cause cancer, we take it out, maybe giving the kid a less chance of cancer, but a greater chance at we have absolutely no idea because we don't know.
Rabbit or something.
Exactly, because we're not sure.
His eyes,
because we never done it.
20.
Yeah, exactly. So this kid is just gonna wake up one day at 33, and he's just gonna fly away. He's gonna wake up with wings in the morning, just go away. You got some lotion?
Yeah, what kind of lotion are you guys using nowadays?
Actually, that's a great. I have vegan lotion.
I have the best. I think I have the best lotion brand out there.
Okay,
I'm a normal.
Are we trying to get a sponsor on here?
Yeah, it is Hemp's.
Hey,
you guys ever seen this stuff? It is outstanding.
What's the idea behind Hemp's exactly?
100% pure natural hemp seed oil, and hydrates and nourishes you. Smells great, and seems natural, gluten free, paraben free, and it's vegan. So and it's THC free. You're not gonna get high putting on the lotion, everybody. It's just the hemp seed oil, and obviously we know all the great benefits that plant can provide.
Right.
Not smoking it and getting high off of it, but just the things you can use it for creams. And I know that EJ Will's dad uses all kinds of CBD stuff.
CBD oil. It's great. Yeah. That stuff is the anti-inflammatory properties of CBD oil just cannot be ignored. Obviously, that's what's created this giant boom. Is that everybody is realizing that this stuff is just so beneficial for people that are having chronic pain and chronic back pain and all that stuff. And so, but
whatever you had in Manchester helped my calf so much over the next few days.
Yeah, that's something
that stuff was so good, dude. That helped my gout in my leg.
I would love. I'm gonna type in right now what gout is. I want B right now. Tell me what gout is.
I think it's like day 3 is like what I think of is you have trench foot and it's gonna fall off soon. I don't know what gout is.
Gout. Right. Let me explain to you what gout is. All right. Gout is a buildup of a substance that in your leg, right? So it's something you catch. So you're out, you're out in Blackpool, for example, and for whatever reason, you maybe don't wash your hands when you eat, and you get a little gout in you. Gout centralizes into a part of your leg, and you have to keep it moving. You got to keep it if you want to keep the leg active and moving. you got to keep the gout active and moving, because if it spreads throughout the body, it's a beneficial piece
It's
of
beneficial.
Yeah, the substance is
So-
beneficial, but if you let it centralize, it's too powerful and it can lock down your joints and muscles. So that's in Blackpool. I was really on the edge a lot of bad gout and good gout. When I was on good gout, I was running around. We were filming. We're with Manchester United. I'm doing really, really well. Top work. But when we would lay down for a while and let that gout centralize, not good.
You haven't answered what the substance is.
It's gout.
I actually know it's gout. What is gout? It's gout.
It's a living organism. It's like
There's
kombucha. It's like whatever the other stuff. It's like the other thing you were talking about earlier. It's in the same bracket of kombucha.
The hydras.
Yes. Gout
So it's a bunch of little hydras floating around.
Hydras, kombucha, and gout.
It's all the
That's
same family.
Yeah.
Would you like to know what gout actually is now at this point? There's a real thing that actually is gout.
Does it have to do with yeast?
No, but I was trying to give you some credit points there. I'd give you like
if you
2
drink
points.
beer, your gout gets worse.
I don't think it would help. I don't think
Okay.
beer would help gout. So here's some fast facts on gout from
Okay.
medical news today.
Okay.
Gout is a form of arthritis caused by excess uric acid in the bloodstream. So that's your first thing. It's uric acid.
What's the
Okay.
difference between uric and lactic acid?
Well, I would imagine uric is coming somewhere from the urinary tract, some sort of issue down in that area.
So
Lactic.
that's okay. So if you're drinking fluids that affect your urinary tract in a negative way rather than water, it could cause you leg pain.
Well, apparently it has something to do with your kidneys. Yeah, so you're right. But I mean, then again, everything that you by the way, if I send you guys this picture of somebody who actually has gout, we can go ahead and say that. But the point is here, it affects one main portion, which you did not have. Half of the cases affect one portion of the body. It was near that. But half of the cases of gout affect your big toe. Which it did not necessarily. Now, your gout might have moved, like you said. You might have massaged it out of your...
Yeah, if you keep it moving, it doesn't affect the big toe. You just got to keep it going. You got to keep it all right. Keep it flowing through the leg. Got to massage it out. Get some CBD oil and rub it up the leg into your core and stuff. It's
I got
tough.
one more thing. Obviously, as we're diagnosing you, this is Biscuits and Tea diagnoses a patient. Gout attacks often occur without warning in the middle of the night. Was that what happened that one night?
Was that on the door? Was that gout?
Was it your gout that came in the middle of the night?
Nothing can be denied or confirmed on that.
I'm picturing like Venom from Spider-Man just on the door.
Gout.
All I know is that whole experience, I don't remember a lot of it. And we obviously were sober the whole time, but the whole thing seems like a dream and an altered universe. And what happened to my leg or didn't happen to my leg is really up for debate. So
Herbal Lotion, thanks for sponsoring us. Thanks for keeping the world free of gout.
Yes. Hemp's definitely helps. CBD oil that you had helps. I definitely want to be a advocate of hemp's lotion and the CBD lotion that you have. All that stuff is great, man.
Yeah, no, I actually agree. There's nothing. I mean, we live in a society. Obviously, still going to get over. How weird is it to be in a country where it's okay and legal to smoke weed in the state next door to you, and imagine you're in Utah Utah, right? Say you're in Utah. That's absolutely ridiculous. No. Probably. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But they're right next to Colorado, and they're like,
Nebraska and Colorado is that's the perfect example because you have a super red state and then a super blue state.
I cross the border multiple times a day where that changes.
It's nuts.
In Virginia, multiple times a day. It'll be legal, not legal, legal, not legal.
And then you
It's
have
weird.
like it's the same thing as like back in the day with Missouri and Kansas, and I don't exactly remember what it was, but there was maybe a tax on hard liquor, and
Mm.
people would always only go buy hard liquor in Missouri, or I don't know.
Mhm.
God.
The
Yeah.
legal age limit was 18, so you would have to go to Missouri side to get your alcohol, and then come back to Kansas. Like it's just stupid. It's so
Yeah.
dumb.
At that point, you got to wonder why we can't trust adults, because no one's saying that's the part of the movement. It's really weird. I guess there are just going to be generational differences for everybody, but it's at what point do you just determine? There's a really interesting dude named Graham Hancock that talks about this. At what point does someone else get to determine the your level of consciousness?
Yeah.
At what point does someone get to determine you as a human, how you think, how you alter your consciousness? So, okay, alcohol obviously is going to alter your consciousness.
Oh
We've
my
all
God,
decided
yeah.
that it's kind of okay. It
Yeah.
doesn't even do it in a way that's generally thought provoking. Not many times the greatest inventions haven't come
No.
from people drinking alcohol.
No.
You know,
Alcohol came from
and
people
there are all
drinking
sorts of.
alcohol.
What's that?
Alcohol came from people drinking alcohol. So you take that back right now.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I just no, I don't. It's really hard to wonder if we don't need to maybe push more personal responsibility or maybe deal with the issue. We're like little kids running away from a problem.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to in every single state smoke weed, right? There's a giant section of people probably smoking or using weed in some capacity, right? And the
Yeah.
state instead is just like, can we just lock these people up and just forget about it? Can we just give him a slap on the wrist, put him in the thing, tell him not to do it again, and just forget it? Well, he's still going to come out and still want to do it. Like you haven't solved anything. So maybe
Yeah.
we should like figure out a different approach. Is that education? Is that legalizing it? Is that controlling the substance? Is that anything but just, hey, these people, they smoke weed, you bad, you go jail.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dare you?
It's interesting.
How dare you driving to Taco Bell at 2 in the morning?
There was a yeah, there's a new documentary. It's really, really good on psychedelics. And
I heard about it.
it's outstanding. I haven't finished it yet. We were watching it last night, and just like, looking at the perspectives and how the 80s and 90s handled, psychedelics, and even the 70s, I guess, and everything that was around, the propaganda around it and the nonsense and demonizing it all. And then you start looking at all, and we've talked about this before, the medical benefits of LSD
Obviously.
and all these, life-changing experiences that people have. And there's obviously ways to use this stuff that we haven't figured out in very positive ways, whereas it makes you wonder why alcohol is so cool with everything in our culture, and we just let people just drink as much as they want whenever they
Exactly.
want. Just don't
How-
drive.
Yeah, just don't drive. But how many alcohol-related deaths do you guys think happen? How many deaths are related not just to? I'm not even just going to do drunk driving.
Every
I
day.
want to know also. I don't know. I'll Google a year. Let me say in 1 year how many alcohol-related deaths. That includes people that obviously, unfortunately, get either addicted to
Yeah.
drinking, they become alcoholics, and they die from
Yeah.
liver
Or
failure.
are we doing the
Or
world or just like the U.S.?
I don't know what stat we could
You want to do the
find.
US?
Let's do US.
The world's kind of
US?
just a big.
I say that there's probably at least 100,000 people a year.
I would say 200.
that
I
are
would say like 230.
In the U.S. Before I type it in,
I'm gonna say
I was gonna go
175.
higher. I was gonna go
175,000.
175. I'll go on the high end.
250.
I'll say
400.
400,000.
You're going deep.
Okay, so it's less than that. We got the stats here from February 4th, 2020. Deaths that included alcoholism. So it says an estimated 88,000 people
Okay.
die
So
from
my
alcohol-related.
100,000 was more accurate. Okay.
Sure. Making alcohol the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States. Do you guys know what the first two are? Preventable causes of death in the United
Car
States.
accident?
Opioids.
What are the other two?
Car accident?
No and no.
No.
You're both wrong.
Let me think.
B's kind of on the right track.
Cancer is
for one of
not
them.
one of them.
Preventable.
Smoking cigarettes.
that's it.
Boom.
Cigarette.
Nailed it. Number one, tobacco. What's the second one? You guys are close. I think maybe I wasn't sure. It's preventable. What is the one thing America? One of the other things America
Did they
loves.
just say just?
Oh, obesity.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Food. Poor diet. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. To imagine, I don't know how high those ones are comparatively, but
So if you
And by the way,
compare cigarette deaths
okay.
to, for example, overdoses on LSD.
Oh, I don't know what that would be. Oh, Jesus Christ! Did that many people really die? How many people die from cigarette-related
800.
deaths each year?
800,000 a
Yeah.
year.
No, it's 500,000.
And
500,000 people die.
so, okay, so if the argument is that smoking marijuana is bad,
Is that the
smoking
argument? I just want to clear. Let's make sure we clear up their argument. Is that the
yeah,
argument? It's bad because why?
I
I don't
trying,
know. I'm
trying to
you know.
understand as well. Like, okay, so people obviously like, okay, well, they can't really argue about the whole smoking thing if people are eating it because it's obvious you can
Right.
eat it, you
Yeah.
can drink it, like whatever.
Drink it.
One,
Yeah.
So
I know one of the arguments is, it's supposed to have a negative effect, like most drugs, on developing brain is one of the big ones. And a lot of people's
Okay.
brains don't finish developing, I think, till they're 24. So I think
Yeah.
that's
Some
I think
mid
that's
mid
one of the big
20s.
ones.
so yeah, so I mean that's why we don't let kids drink alcohol in the United States, right?
Sure, but we still let them drink before their brains are developed. I
Mhm.
mean,
21.
and over in Europe, over
Yeah.
here, they drink at 18, and I'm right next to Denmark where they let them drink at 15.
So this smoking marijuana, it definitely doesn't affect your lungs like smoking cigarettes. Why?
Don't know.
It's not. I
Does
think
it?
it's
I
like
don't
not
know.
as much.
Doesn't?
Like people just chain
Okay.
Because
people chain like cigarettes, and people going through like 2-3 packs a day. That's just a lot of.
but is it about the amount or is it about what the substances are that are coming into your
I think it's.
lungs from tobacco and the chemicals and
I think it's.
Oh, I think there's probably more. There's more. If the question is what's more harmful to the populace, then I think there's no debate in that everything that's in cigarettes there's more carcinogens and problems in cigarettes than there would be in something that is actually, I mean, but then again, people aren't just smoking tobacco, right? When you get a cigarette, you're getting all sorts of other stuff. Not
yeah,
everybody
like what's the
just.
paper, like what are the harmful chemicals in cigarettes?
I heard this thing when I was a kid that there was rat poison in cigarettes, but I don't know if
I,
that's true.
there's just a crazy. I think it's just a list of 90 different chemicals. Some crazy stuff.
Okay.
Harmful ingredients in
Okay.
cigarettes.
I got you, B. Nicotine, hydrogen cyanide, formaldehyde, lead, arsenic, ammonia, radioactive elements such as uranium, benzene. It's disgusting. That's a sickening amount of things that you would never, ever put in yourself, ever.
Yeah.
So is it even the tobacco at this point that's causing like
I don't
if we have
think
that
so. I mean, I think that you could probably smoke your own tobacco like in an organic,
Way.
paper,
way
and like, is it
have
really gonna?
Yeah, because when they were smoking tobacco, when we were first coming overseas, they did uranium and all that stuff.
yeah, no, yeah, they're not putting ammonia, lead, arsenic, cyanide. We get like, did we get bored, Tyler? Like we're like,
I somehow made it more addicting. It had just made it more addicting some way.
Why is that in there? It's literally poison. That's just a list of poison. So why is that okay? I don't understand why that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally, I've this is the first time I've ever looked into. I've never inhaled anything ever in my life. I've never looked into why is that okay? As someone who doesn't smoke, explain to me why I should tell someone that it's okay to smoke poison, but it's not okay for them to smoke a plant. I don't understand. As an outsider.
Well, not really. I think they just got more powerful. I think it's just tobacco companies got bigger quicker, and then they said we don't want any competition, so nobody can do this other alternative.
It shouldn't be allowed. It should not be allowed. If we're gonna ban something and put people in jail for it, like we should not allow people to smoke cigarettes. It's so dangerous.
That's the way it looks like. That's the way. If half a million people died, that's affecting God knows exponentially how many families are affected, and buy that. Why is that okay?
Dude, like, I mean, okay, I'm okay if we want to make marijuana illegal, but can we just make tobacco illegal too then?
Might as well. I mean, I also don't think. I think it should be down to. I still think people should be able to choose, and
Yeah,
clearly
for
the issue
sure.
is though. Obviously, they should be able to choose because I think in moderation, whether people like it or not, if somebody has one cigarette a year, it's unfortunately not going to hurt them if they
No.
smoke marijuana once a month or whatever it is. Unfortunately, you don't want to. No, you don't want kids smoking. You don't want to get kids that haven't formed their brains. You don't want them to do cigarettes. You don't want to do marijuana. But at the same point, you don't want to lie to these people like what they did when I was growing up. And I don't think you guys got this as much. The DARE program where they tried to
so
scare
bad.
I got
us.
the DARE program.
So they
So
tried to
bad.
just scare you instead of educating you. They just try and scare you away from it. So now you're pretending like it's a thing, and then something happens later on. And I have had friends like this that they were scared to do all this stuff because of it's going to do this, it's going to do this, and then what happens is that something happens. They go away from home, and then they don't have an ability to handle it, and they take one puff or one drink, and it's over. Their life is over for the next 5 to 7 years. They don't have any way of dealing with it properly like an adult.
The other issue with that is they say they kind of grouped all of these things into all one group and just said this is all terrible, this will all ruin your life. And then a kid younger, he smokes a joint and this didn't ruin my life. Well, like I wonder if maybe heroin won't ruin my life either. And then
right. The wrong effect. Yeah. So you were lying. Then the kid finds out you were lying.
What else were you lying? You were lying about this drug. Or were you lying about this one too? I don't know.
About everything else?
Lying about Santa Claus? Like, what the fuck? What's going on
And
here?
heroin.
Here's a bigger
Heroin and Santa Claus. Why are we lying about it? Can we just educate?
The bigger problem is why three men that have nothing to do with the education system have to be having this discussion when I wonder if like the closed door meetings for them are like just tell them no. Same with sex and abstinence, like back at a certain time. They're just like, just tell them not to do it. What do you think, Bob? Yeah, I don't think he'll do it. I don't think.
Yeah,
like, they're
Bob,
smoking in there.
Bob, did you wait till you were married to have sex?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, Bob. Okay, Rob, go tell the kids to go do that.
Go tell them to do that. Go tell them not to do any of those things. Don't arm them. You don't want to arm their brains. You got a bunch of that's a problem, man. That's really, it's kind of a problem.
It also makes it a lot easier because when you're like high schoolers, they're buying weed from other high schoolers. But when you usually,
I don't know how that
it would
works.
be mostly they would be buying it from other high schoolers. But if you wanted to find alcohol, you usually had to find someone over 21 to go get alcohol.
Right.
That's safe.
Yeah.
You got 16-year-old girls. I remember in high school, you got 16-year-old girls driving up on Truce, which is not a good area of Kansas City, driving up to the alcohol shop in the back of the store for the creep guy to come out with the bag and give the high school girls, like, are you kidding me? Like, looking back on that, man, like, what are you doing? You're going to get stolen. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because in Europe, it's very lax, but I wonder if alcohol-related deaths in Europe are less than they are in the U.S. because we're so.
I can guarantee that cigarette deaths are higher.
You think cigarette? Well, they do definitely smoke more in Europe, I would imagine,
compared to the U.S.
All right, let's see.
I smoked a cigarette in Paris because they were gonna beat me up if I didn't because they make you.
We smoke here. Are you okay? You smoke.
Not a fan. Not a fan. Don't understand it.
Cigarette.
It's.
I've never even actually smoked a cigarette. I've had like, some cigars and stuff, but I just get
taste. And I don't even like cigars. Yeah, they made me sick to my stomach, and
you need to go take a nap and hope you wake up feeling normal.
I don't like it at all. I don't like tobacco at all.
I don't know.
They don't give you. Well, see, we've already established, Pete, you didn't have tobacco. You had lead, arsenic, benzene, uranium. Like you didn't have tobacco.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I genuinely. Oh, we lost Will John on the Google Hangouts.
Oh, geez, Margie.
Oh shit.
What?
Sorry, guys. I'm still here. I will rejoin you in 1 second. The reason I did that is because I am looking at the European.
Yeah, while you're looking that up, that number, I do have a little surprise. I got a player for
All right,
us.
hold on. Don't get into it because I'm back. That way we can actually make a full and rapid. There, I'm back. Let me just remute myself. All right. So Tyler, you wanted to say that European tobacco deaths.
The death rate, at least. I don't know what the
more.
population of Europe is as a whole.
I don't know what it would compare to the U.S., but you are correct in saying that it is more. How much more?
I would say 25, 30
million.
25 million people. No, if that was the case,
I would-
better. How dumb would humans
would-
be to have not?
I would
fixed
increase it to by like 30, 40%.
No. You're just a little over. Or yeah, 700,000.
Croatia's crazy. It blows my mind here.
Yeah, everybody smokes there. In the Balkan region, everybody smokes. It's part of culture. You have a coffee, you sit down, go to a cafe.
Everyone, dude. Everyone
has, right there.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. That was the most amazing thing. Like, you just go down, you sit at a restaurant, and then you just roll up your little cigarette and smoke it.
I am a big fan of cafe culture. It's just
I do love cafe culture. USA needs cafe culture. I don't know, B, how much you went to in France.
That's what I spent my whole
I love it. I love
all
it.
of yesterday. We were at the cafe from noon to 8.
Yeah.
Just on the little terrace, just drinking and just eating some pizza, having some lasagna. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh,
when I was in Stockholm too, like they had great cafe situations going on. I just love that whole European scene. Like they've absolutely perfected that setup of going and doing that cafe thing.
You know what it is too, is that they don't have there's no
Is
food.
it-
They don't attach food to the cafes in the same way. We don't like going to places and not being able to snack.
But
I want to have a.
you can even the restaurants kind of have the hybrid like cafe terraces set up outside.
Feel. Yeah, because they know people will still, even if it's a restaurant, they'll still come there and just do the cafe thing. You know, they'll just order a drink, and it's not even rude. Like, you've been to restaurants in the U.S. where you go and you're like, yeah, can I just get a water? They're like, get the I'm not going to get a tip, and I'm not going to, like, Europeans don't care about that.
Get the...
The downside is you do have to hunt down the servers. If you do not make eye contact with them and hold that eye contact for 3 seconds, they're gone. They're gone. You won't see them for the next 10 minutes. Just
exactly. They're not working on tips.
Nope.
Service is a whole.
Which I'll trade it for the cheaper prices all day.
Totally. B, what did you want to?
Yeah.
Get into? Something
Yeah. I got a buddy of mine who played at Baker University. His name's Steve Puna. He's from Cameroon. Gotcha. And just graduated from college. I was talking to him yesterday. His visa is expiring, I think June 15th, around that time, early June. And obviously he's trying to figure out, what to do with the situation, the pandemic, and obviously it's just a crazy situation. So obviously my first solution was, okay, maybe he can get a coaching job, here with Challenger and do some camps or whatever, maybe some of the next level programs. He'd be really good for it. He's an All-American at Baker, like, really good, like number 9. He can play in the middle, but I see him more as someone you'd put up at the top, like he's a Joey Altidore type kind of body build.
Yeah, I got you.
Just super fast, really good skill. But so yeah, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so we can get him here. He wants to keep playing. I know he had a little bit of a foot. He maybe broke his foot, I think, his senior year, so he redshirted that year and then played last year. Really good player, but yeah, he's looking to play. I've seen you guys' highlight videos, but I definitely think that this is somebody we could definitely place somewhere, and he would do really well.
Well, he's a striker.
He's an athletic specimen. Like I'm serious. He's the fastest, strongest.
Tyler and I were just talking about it.
Man strength.
Does he have the question becomes, especially within today's world, paperwork, where's his visa, What sort of
Mhm.
relationship does he
So-
have, and all of that stuff.
So
That
he
was-
messaged me, and basically, so he was either going to be playing. I think he's played in the whatever the league, the summer league that the
USFU.
college guys play in. Yeah, he played in there, and then he was going to be going to Nebraska potentially. He's going to be going somewhere else, but his visa situation so it's messed up, and he
but his
obviously needs
visa
to make sure.
situation means that he needs to go home.
But
Only
if he's working for Challenger, he'll get a visa, and he'll be able
I
to
see.
stay here. And then when the leagues reopen, we can place him in a USL
Can-
team or whatever. He's more than good to play at the level, and I'm serious, man. He's the strongest person I've ever played with, and he's not like huge,
yeah,
like
yeah,
not
he's
by
just-
any
he's
means
strong.
huge. He is just a force.
the
And like you take him, start developing out some of his foot skills a little bit more. He focus on his finishing, all these things that these coaches can help him with. He's the
Right.
framework to make it happen for sure.
the USL would be really hard to place right now, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, I know that most teams are. They signed everybody. Everyone's signed in the USL.
Well, I mean, yeah. So I don't. I meant with when are they starting up
I think
again?
they're
What's
supposed to
going to
start
blah
up.
blah
I think
blah.
they last I heard was maybe late June, July.
If you have a passport for, so he was born in Cameroon. Like, what doors does that open for?
Not a whole lot, unless he wants to come to play in France.
He speaks
No, it
French.
doesn't open up all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, he does, and obviously, France is pretty good and notoriously, I guess, controversial, dealing with their former
Yeah.
French colonies,
Yeah.
and so they're actually, in the same way that a lot of Nigerians can find their way over to England and the UK
Yeah.
due to the connection. A lot of people from Africa can find a fairly easy track over to
Mhm.
France, but there's all sorts of stuff going on
Yeah.
now.
Well,
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make it easier for him to say get into Germany.
yeah.
It's hard,
Yeah. Well,
you know.
it'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see you guys see his highlight videos and kind of see what he's
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
I can introduce him to you guys, but I think that for like the right now in the pandemic world, if I can get him a position at Challenger Sports, he can literally work at any of the states that obviously will be running camps. He'll be making money. He'd be able to be in whatever state he needs to be in, and then potentially he could be playing in whatever
Right.
league as well.
Eventually.
So hopefully that works
Check out his
out.
highlights.
Yeah. He's, man, I had a lot of assists because this dude is just fast and strong and just has a way to find the net. So yeah, check it out.
The whole scope of soccer in the world is changing right now. It's gonna be a fun year. Let's just put it that way. No one there's no blueprint. This is the first time in a long time that we're gonna have rapid change. We've already talked about the fact the team that I played for that was as big as like the Yankees in their country just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't exist anymore. Gone.
It's nuts, dude.
So
I can't even comprehend that. Like, I don't even.
Sweden's all over the place. They're trying to push the government to give the okay on playing because they decided before the government gave them the okay to set a date. They were just like, and this was like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. They're just like, we're going to start on the 14th.
Oh, are you?
What do you think about that? And they were like, really? Did you guys decide that you were going to just have your own little decision, not talk to our doctors or anybody else that's making decisions on this stuff? Is that what you guys thought? And they were like, yeah, we did. And they're like, okay, well, let's go have a meeting and we'll see if you guys are going to start then. So, yeah, that's still a thing. But
This summer league,
some of Europe,
the summer leagues got hit got pretty screwed over from this.
Summer leagues, what do you mean? The teams that are having
I think it's much better for us, just killing the season, and then everything goes right back to normal. In July, we drop into preseason, and just nothing happened.
Totally, way better. And also, I think I want to applaud France, who just gave the title to PSG. I don't know how much they were up by, but everybody got together and were like, "Listen, you see Mbappe? He's not going to stop being Mbappe.
Oh.
Neymar, yeah, he's still going to score. Cavani, yeah, all these guys are still here. Are you guys really trying to tell us in the next 2 months any of you guys are going to? No, you're not. You're not going to do it. Let's end the league. And they ended the league and they gave him the championship. And so they can just think about August, September even is when they're going to start again. It's
So
brilliant.
what though?
So what a. Go ahead.
I was just asking, what's gonna happen with all these Champions Leagues and Europa League spots when a bunch if some countries decide they're just not finishing?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
That's
But
crazy.
forget about that. You're worried about that. What about you're gonna have travel, quarantine? Are you gonna be playing in stadiums where the visiting fans aren't allowed because there's a stipulation? You have to allow a certain amount of away fans tickets for the games because it allows them to come to the. Are teams gonna be playing in full stadiums of hostile fans or none at all? Is there no home advantage? Can you get these? It's a mess, dude. It's a mess.
Yeah, it really is. And it's uncharted territory, so I think that they're probably just going to have to say, okay, these are the way things have been done for the past 40 years. Well, 2020, everything is out the window. For the next 12 months, everything goes. You just make it work.
I think we should just open up a March Madness style tournament, single elimination.
Yes. Where Donald Trump needs to come out. This is how he can secure the election. A soccer March Madness event.
Wow.
200, put 250 teams. I don't care. Put that amount of teams. Give up the higher up teams 3-round buys, 4-round buys,
exactly.
and just
for the whole nation. I say combine nearly everything because you do it state by state. It might have to be by state though, dude, because you don't want people traveling around.
Regions. You can have regions of the brackets, and then once all those teams go through, maybe you redraw a new bracket will come out with everyone still left.
I want to do it like the UFC where they rent an island and then we just ship in all of the teams onto an island, have them live in like a little resort, and then everyone plays the games on an island.
Wow.
Theory where
your plan is going to cost a lot of money.
I saw a theory where they wanted to.
Pretty easy.
Someone came up with this crazy idea. They wanted to finish EPL on a bunch of aircraft carriers where they'd bring all the players aircraft carriers and they'd have places they could sleep. All the players would be isolated from everyone else. There's enough room on the aircraft carrier to set up a pitch and just just have them all on the coast.
That's pretty good. Whatever. Let's think outside the box here. How funny also is it that Euro 2020 was going to be the first European championship where they were going to travel around to each country?
Never happened. Never happened.
So Corona was like, get the fuck out of here with that. You are not going to be traveling all around Europe. We were going to have games in Portugal, Spain, England, Poland, just everywhere, all over Europe, and everybody, all of Europe was just going to travel around.
Are they just moving the Euros to next year? Is that the plan?
Yeah, it got moved. It got moved to next year.
Does that mean that the World Cup is it just going to happen in the same year, or is this going to shift everything a year?
No, World Cup will still happen because no one. Tough luck, Europe, if it affects your.
That's
schedule.
Also the World Cup. They're talking about pushing it to the December, anyways.
Yeah, it's already going to be in December, so but it'll still be a year. It's a year and a half after.
Yeah.
It's crazy how quick these World Cup things go.
Yeah, I feel like it just happened.
Yeah, we're 2.5 years, and really we're only 2. In a normal cycle, we'd only be, 2 years exactly, almost.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then it's going to be in the U.S. before we know it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And why is it's in Qatar? That hasn't quite. That's not gonna. What?
What?
Where?
Yeah, guitar. We gotta watch the soccer games on the guitar.
You guys think Qatar's been protecting all of those workers throughout this? You think they're all definitely getting? They've been.
Do you know how bad they treat those? That's one of the worst human rights stories. I mean, not probably. China's doing some
crazy.
There's some bad ones across the world, but that one's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. They were taking their passports and they're just leaving there. And
it's so bad,
dude. Come on.
Well, I'm gonna eat some Jack Stack for lunch. I don't know you folks out there don't know what a jack stack is. I'm sorry you don't. But
Can we
it's
get
about to
Jackstack to
happen.
I don't even know
maybe
Jackson. I don't know.
sponsor a video?
Oh man, I can't wait to get Tyler into KC. Then we can take him on a little barbecue tour.
Barbecue.
I can be down with that. I can do food.
Dude,
porn,
it's
maybe.
so good, man.
Yeah,
I was
food is
telling
good.
Will a funny ass story about Jack Stack.
Yeah.
Funny
Yeah,
ass story.
dude.
We can close it out on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ordered carryout. So Kansas City is kind of opening back up, and you can order carryout food. You have been able to, but I ordered this food from Jack Stack, like $50 worth of barbecue, and I have like extras, for other meals and stuff. But I'm pulling up to the store, and there's like all these employees out. There's like 4 or 5 employees, and they have headsets on and earpieces, and they're all dressed up like super nice. Like Chick-fil-A, how like they have like that super good customer service. Just like way over the top focused, like great customer service. And he's like, I'm like pulling on the road, the main road. He's like waving me down. He's like going like this, come in like this. And then I pull in. He's like, hi sir, how are you doing? It's really good to see you. Thank you for coming in to Jack Stack. What is your name? Would you like to dine in or would you like to carry out? I said, sir, I ordered online. My name is Brandon. He goes, yes, I have you right here, sir. He has his little iPad. He goes,
It's
sir,
already weird.
great call on ordering online. Absolutely spectacular. You're gonna go ahead. You're gonna pull up around this little curve here, and Diane is gonna help you. Okay, pull up about 50 yards due part around the curve, and Diane will take care of you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming so much. Oh, I'm like, okay, all right. I drive up around the curve, and Diane's waving me down. Diane's come on in, and I pull up, and she goes, "Oh, hi sir, how you doing? How are you doing? What is your name? What is your name? Thank you for coming to Jack Stack." I go, "Yeah, my name's Brandon. Got some barbecue," and she goes, "Okay, great, 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 great. I have you right here. Let me check that off. Let me just check it off for you. As you can see, about 100 yards up there, we got our team down there, our barbecue team. They will get you set up. Go ahead and pull up right behind that Forerunner, about 100 yards up there, okay?" So I pull up, I'm going in, drive up right behind the Forerunner, park my car. I shit you not, out of this tent. Oh, wait, I forgot one part. I'm pulling away, and lady goes, "We got Brandon Milburn. He's got burn in his ribs.
Yeah, that was
Got pork ribs. And he's going
CIA.
to come up." I'm like, oh my God. Like earpieces. She literally touched here, and she goes,
We got a Jack Stack. Yep. We're gonna get it.
exactly.
We're gonna get that. Marinate that double time. Yeah, get it on in there.
Exactly. And there's a tent. And right when I park, like literally, I put my car in park. As I put it in the park, it goes click, and then a person comes out of this tent with a huge bag, and they walk up to my car. They set it down. They go, "Enjoy your food, sir. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you."
Did
And come
they
back
hand
to
it
Jack
to you?
Stack. No, I didn't touch anything. I just put the window down,
Wow.
and they set it down on my car very nicely, and they go, "We really hope you enjoy your Jack Stack
Oh
barbecue,
my god.
and we hope you come back again. Thank you so much." And then they just walk away. I roll up my window and I drive home and I eat the most amazing barbecue ever, dude. It
Sorry,
was the
but wait a
most.
second. Did they have masks? I need to understand. Did they have
No,
masks on?
no,
Hazmat
no.
suits or?
No, just really,
Just an open.
just dressed outstanding. They had black gloves on. They may have had a face mask. I just didn't.
Okay.
I was so blown away by the
Yeah.
organization and the CIA type intercommunication about
Right.
getting me my ribs. It was just an
Think
outstanding.
about that.
Yeah,
Think about the
yeah,
world you live in now.
yeah.
I mean,
It
just a
blew
few
me
months
away.
ago, you didn't have. This was. If someone told you that was how you were going to go get your ribs, which you just used to just walk in or order online, go in, hey, give some money, get out. Now,
Yeah. No, it
this
is
is
a
normal.
full on. It's a multi-communication channeled controlled service, and
Jesus.
I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. Jack Stack, let's cater Golremy events from now on.
Yeah. Let's where would we actually hold that of how's All American survive in this? This is Yeah. So Tyler, this is indoor these indoor places. I just, I wonder how some of them are gonna outdoor places.
Yeah, it's
I guess
tough.
there's not much maintenance, but yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. You're inside an enclosed space with kind of
Yeah.
it's in there, and you're gonna have to get people in there, and it's always kind of
Ooh.
crowded and a little not hygienic because you have sweaty
Ooh.
people and humid in
And
there.
also, yeah, that's you're being really nice. Let's
Yeah.
not forget the fact that most indoor places in Kansas City haven't. Well, some of them haven't been renovated since the 1600s.
Yeah.
They
need some help. They do.
Some of
Were those
places,
the first buildings put up in Kansas City? Was the indoor soccer?
Maybe that was Maybe those guys were just traveling across the country. They thought, wow, this Aztec game where they're kicking heads. Let's do it inside, and they just build it. I don't know because
it's crazy because I know a lot of this stuff. It wants to get renovated, but obviously people have part-time ownership in it, and they don't want to put the money into it. That's at least what I've heard, like in the Kansas City business scene. But it's just like, come on, guys, let's make this a little bit less like coronavirus was created here, and make sure it's a good place to play the game of soccer.
Let's not. I mean, Tyler, these places haven't changed I was playing indoor soccer there when I was 5.
Yeah.
30 years ago. No renovations, Tyler. None.
I haven't stepped foot in any of our indoor fields that I grew up playing on in forever, but they might.
Something tells me that they didn't.
We have this we're okay with it. I don't know why, but it's just everyone bitches about it, and I think even the people that own it, they bitch about it. But then everyone's just like, "Yep, well, we have a game at 7:30. Get there." It's like you just don't even think about it. You just got to win the game.
I mean,
I
would assume you're going there and you're walking in where it's freezing outside, and you get inside and you're like, well, I'd rather play here or go outside where it's 2 degrees.
Exactly.
It gets cold on some of those games, though. To be honest,
sometimes the heat doesn't get turned on. Sometimes we're gonna maybe make sure we get that profit real right, and we're gonna not have the heat come on. You're playing indoors, 42 degrees. Good luck.
Does your body heat not heat that up? Because I know in Rovaniemi, our thing got pretty.
Yeah, you do. You adjust.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there isn't more like competitions that include playing soccer under severe conditions. Like, why don't we make a team play against each other in 15-degree weather in a controlled environment, or throw
you mean in a controlled environment,
where they can literally have gusts of wind come through the field.
The weather dome. The fucking weather dome.
The weather dome.
Anytime during the game you get hail, there's a button. We could be the announcers, and it looks like boom, lightning strike on the goalie. He's in on goal. There's nobody. He's paralyzed. Oh, but a tornado's coming.
We just set it up to be the live weather of Rovaniemi.
Whatever time.
Do you remember that one game where the ball wouldn't go more than 10, 15 yards, and it was just oh my! I've never seen anything like it. Was rain. It was rain, 33 degrees, and the wind was just. Our goalkeeper, who had amazing feet. I was playing in a reserve game at the time, but I know Tony. I saw some footage of the game. He couldn't hit the ball 30 yards.
No.
The ball would just get caught in the air and just go flying off the other way. It was.
Let's get a patent in on that weather dome, though.
Yeah, the weather dome.
I mean, who you wouldn't watch that? I'd watch a game.
Oh,
you take your girl to a game if she doesn't if she's not interested.
You put it in. You have so it's I picture it being like the stadium that the Comets play in, right?
Right.
You go in, you sit around, and it's a glass dome that goes around the top, and then there's controllers, like you said, that people they're picking the weather for whatever's happening in the game, and this throws some sideways hail.
Exactly.
You want
to try to score a goal now.
You want to have you can put a little remote on each of the stands, on each of the seats, and the fans all vote for what comes next.
It's like the Roman Coliseum. We're deciding who's going to live and die. And, oh my God, that would be hilarious. You could actually
make it get really hot.
Yeah,
you could do that though. We could do some form of that for real, because obviously at the place that you're talking about, these little arenas, they play ice hockey there. They play sand volleyball. There. I'm sure we could get some water in there. You get normal grass. We got 4 quarters right there. Just You know,
I mean, the technology's there because I mean they have those skydiving places now that it's like simulated skydiving, so they can send wind streams through and like make you feel like you're fucking skydiving. So if you just have
Yeah.
some sort of way to control that, obviously there is, where you have the wind going in a certain direction. You know, however you do it, we'll get the scientists. Maybe to get a meteorologist and
Yeah.
You could almost set it up like human foosball, where the
we
wind
can make snow.
you can have it on the side where people actually control these like wind guns, and you try to blow the ball.
as your water guns, you get hoses, you get giant hoses. And you're trying to shoot players.
The
That's
weather
the greatest
dome.
thing ever. And then the weather dome. So maybe we just squeeze this whole idea down and just make it like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. If we could get a bar, you just like some place where there's like, imagine like P&L, like downtown, you know, be
Instead
just
of
like a place where there's a lot of bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the bowl thing, the cowboy bowl thing.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of that, it's just soccer and then weather dome.
Soccer. In the weather dome. You just guys, that's a just people drinking and just trying to shoot people.
Yeah, and then you just incentivize the people inside. Obviously, they're going to be a prize winner, and everyone places bets on who's going to win and all that kind of stuff. Wow.
We've come up with an amazing The Weather Dome.
The Weather Dome.
We might destroy the sport of football with this.
Yeah.
Sunday. Come on down to the Weather Dome and see the Tap State champion, Will John, face off.
Who are you facing off?
I don't know.
7MLC.
That's what it's gonna be. Fucking Team Golaremi versus F2, Team Golaremi versus 7MLC.
Get
all the influencers in, and then we'll just Weather Dome it out.
Oh my god.
No argument no argument can be left unsettled without the Weather Dome.
The Weather Dome. Brought to you by who?
Snapple.
Snapple bought the rights to it. Some idiot. Like, can you imagine that he goes back, like the head marketing manager comes back to the meeting. All right, guys, we've done some great stuff. We were sponsoring got Super Bowl ads coming. So what is that? What'd you get, Mark? I got this. I'm a Biscuits and Tea fan. Hey, my name's Mark. They were talking about doing the Weather Dome, so I put down a mill on the Weather Dome. Mark, we're Snapple. We don't have any business electrocuting people after work, 7 and 10 o'clock at night. You're fired, Mark. Snapple's not going to sponsor the Weather Dome.
Simulated weather is definitely something we can do.
Geoform.
What's a geoform? What the fuck?
Jeez, the people with the shin guards.
G-form.
G-form? What about them though?
They would be, they'll protect you from all the weather elements.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wear their ear in the thing.
Yes.
You get super suited up. It's almost like the Thunderdome from.
This goes back to my initial idea for the advertisement that I wanted to do with Tyler before the pandemic happened. Is put Tyler in G-form stuff and then put him through a car wash in his car, and then have the water be, and it protects you.
Yeah,
it's just the Weather Dome is the next step.
That is the Weather Dome. That's an advertisement for the Weather Dome. That's going to be one of the first key promos.
Shooting people through the car wash. Almost let them go off the other side.
The Weather Dome. It's the funniest thing, dude. That is hilarious.
It is actually. I would actually watch it, but you know what? We just have to make sure we don't become like one of those stupid XFL, which I think isn't that like kind of doing okay now or something, like one of those things is like doing all right, right?
They folded.
They folded. All right, we don't. We just don't want to be too freaky. You don't want to join up with them. That's it.
Yeah,
then we'll be good.
Yeah. Well,
the Weather Dome.
I feel like we got a lot covered here today.
I think we did. If anybody is still here, we've done 2 in a row. We're gonna have a whole lot of content coming out this next week. This one is actually scheduled to get in and out really quickly. If we have people watching these and they're going to get promoted more. If you think the Weather Dome is a good idea, please comment below. That's how we'll know who the real fans are. You're in 1 hour and 34 minutes in.
If you want to buy in, if you want to get in on this, and a Team Golaremi investment package, we'll get you on. And we'll
$34.99.
We need to get McLovin. He's got some of that doctor cash. Throw some of that our way at his initial investment. Get the Weather Dome going.
I've been told that doctors currently are dealing with something. I don't.
Doctors,
I haven't.
they're watching Netflix. They're
Yeah, I've heard they're busy dealing with something. All right. Well, Weather Dome. When are we expecting to have that out? Let's make sure we. Let's make sure we don't.
I don't think we should disappoint. I don't think we should put a release date out yet. We don't want to.
No. All right. Just an initial push.
Yeah,
We'll come.
We'll have an announcement in 2024.
Yeah. All right. By the way, people keep writing on day 3 that it's 2020 and that the Golarami muscle maker.
Well, you don't think I know that? We've been working on it day in and day out for fucking 3 years now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it's coming out in 2020.
Exactly.
Just wait.
It's May. Relax.
I just got off the phone with Elon this morning. We're running through some tests. We want it to be right. Trust me.
Want it to be right. Right. Exactly. I mean, and did you see the way Bill Gates kept interrupting Elon during the meeting? I was like, Bill, you can write the code. Let Elon put the rocket on the muscle maker. We'll be fine.
Stay in your lane. I understand when you're that smart, it's difficult to know when you get to this level of creation, but you get brought back. Get reined back in. Do what you're good at, and let him do what he's good at. Let us do what we're good at, creating the whole idea, and then we're there. Okay, so
$34.99.
It's simple. I don't.
Oh my god, this is one of the craziest podcasts we have done.
Yeah.
Forever. There's gonna be so many interesting short bits. All right, people. We shouldn't say anything at the end of this. We should just
Bye.
Bye.